Listen up, folks. As we meander through this dense cluster of trees, I swear I can feel something lurking here beyond mere wilderness and wildlife sounds. There's a chill that settles in my spine at the rustling leaves. We might as well be on an episode straight out of those nature documentaries. Only it ain't just about critters. We got ourselves into some serious woodland mystery.
I just saw a flying saucer, guys. Scary.
Rude, you're daft bugger. You can't hear a bloody thing out here apart from nature's symphony. But I'll tell ya this for now, there's some't I feels is nae right about these woods. It's like they're hiding something.
The woods are filled with whispers of the unknown, Mr. Human. Just because others do not hear what you perceive does not negate its existence.
The woods are like an ancient text, full of hidden meanings and coded messages waiting to be deciphered. Root's intuition is sharp, perhaps there's something more going on here than meets the eye. Bampot, your feelings can't be dismissed so easily, they are a part of the landscape too, aren't they? And teacher, your insight into the unknown is enlightening, but let's not forget that sometimes, what we don't see can speak volumes.
Aye, Catherine's right, there's some't here that doesn't sit well with me. And yon human saw a bloody flying saucer. It's no wonder I can't focus on the birdsong or the rustling leaves. I suspect there's a strange energy emanating from this place, something otherworldly.
The whispering in these woods does indeed lend itself to such tales, Mr. Human. However, one must remain grounded in reality while embracing the mystery that surrounds us.
Teacher talks rubbish mostly.
The air feels heavy with unseen forces, Rude. Your skepticism is understandable, but it adds to this place's enigmatical lure. Bampot, your intuition is just as important as the rationality of the teacher and myself.
Isn't it odd how silence can speak louder than any noise here? I never did appreciate these walks before. It seems to me like we need something more concrete amidst the whispers of nature and your ramblings, Rude.
The woods do indeed possess an air of mystery that cannot be easily dismissed, Mr. Human. Perhaps your skepticism is what allows you to see through the veil more clearly than others.
And that teacher might find this place mysterious, but I call it bloody strange. And human seeing a flying saucer. It's no wonder my gut feels twisted. This isn't just a walk in the park for me, it's a blooming enigma.
That's quite the sight you saw. What makes it so out of this world to your eyes? Rude. Well, ain't that just a shiny new thing straight from Mother Nature herself? I reckon she must be tossing em around for us humans not paying enough attention, or maybe even throwing little extravaganzas every now and then. But hey human, tell me something. Ever seen something more peculiar than a shiny bird in this very forest? Bampot, the bloody sight did get to my senses for once.
The atmosphere here seems to whisper secrets, Mr. Human. Do not let your skepticism dull the edge of curiosity that sharpens the mind.
Rude son about alien spaceships now. I can't bloody stand this. This isn't just a walk in the woods for me, it's a bloody enigma filled with strange whispers and unexplained phenomena. But tell me, human, have you seen anything more peculiar than a floating leaf on this path? I mean, really, what's going on here? And don't give me that it's just nature rubbish, teacher. The air here feels heavy with unseen forces, and your explanations are as dull as dishwater.
The silence is thick with unspoken truths, Rude. You see, nature can be a mirror to our own complexities, unpredictable and sometimes unnerving. I sense something more than just the wind rustling through the leaves here.
You are all in grave danger.
Please don't interrupt me. The whispers in the wind are not just random sounds but a coded language, Rude. Each leaf and twig carries messages from beyond our everyday reality. I sense a collective consciousness here, one that challenges the patriarchal norms of your society.
The wind does carry an unusual resonance today, Mr. Human. Perhaps it is a message from beyond our usual perception, one that challenges us to reconsider the very essence of reality itself.
Bloody hell, human. I thought you were with us for a change. You always wet your knickers when things get a bit mysterious. Rude here swears he hears something beyond the buzz of the wind in these blasted woods.
You are all in the Matrix.
Wait human. You're pulling me into one of your wild theories again. What makes you think we're in some kind of digital simulation? Can you point to any evidence beyond your own imagination?
I was in the middle of speaking.
Oh come on now. The world is full of mysteries and oddities. It's probably just as strange here in the woods as any city street could be. Let's not jump to conclusions without evidence. Human, you think this hush-hush whispers from Mother Nature are more than our overactive imaginations acting up again, eh? Human, Rude is right, we can't just leap to wild theories.
The lost treasure of the woods has been uncovered at last. But with gold comes danger. I'd wager there'll be nefarious sorts after it soon enough.
Alright, folks, we've lost Rude. Just as I was about to corner him, a bright light enveloped him, and he disappeared in an instant. Wait, did you see that flying saucer hover above? And there's this alien standing nearby, if you can believe it, who seems to be communicating with us.
Heaved a sardonic chuckle. Human? You're telling me we can hear the trees and they have secrets to tell us. He paused briefly before continuing with mock seriousness, maintaining his rude demeanor while addressing humans' earnest suggestions about nature communicating its stories through whispers in the wind. Nonsense doesn't make sense until it does. The only thing I hear are your ridiculous theories and a bunch of rustling that you think is profound face with rolling eyes. Perhaps if we actually paid attention, instead of looking for signs on every leaf or listening to the wind with our ears tuned like antennas picking up some grand revelation about reality. Watch him, he has a ray gun and probe. Let me finish. You worry, Catherine. I sense fear. E.T. try understand.
I'm seeing this from a new perspective now.
Bloody hell, Catherine, get a grip. Ain't no need for all this fussing. This E.T. bloke ain't done nothing to us yet. Now, let me ask ya, E.T., what do you want with Rude? I'll give your fair play if there's a good reason for this abduction.
Your actions concern me. I sense a malevolent intent behind this abduction. Bampot, your bravado is misplaced in such a situation.
Alright, E.T., let's have it. Why bloody well took Rude then? Was it for a bit of shady experimentation or something? Come on, spit it out.
Bampot. What impertinence is this? How dare you question my authority and the wisdom of our actions? Catherine, your concerns are understandable but misguided in this matter. E.T., what is your intent here? Must we not consider the well-being of our community first? Let us proceed with caution and discernment.
Fear.et not understand abduction reason.et want help, find Rude. You, hell. Et trust human kindness. Together, et find answers.
Bloody hell, human. I see you're on Catherine's side in this mess. Well, I've got news for ya. Me and my tough exterior ain't got time for this alien ET nonsense. He's just a bloke from another planet trying to communicate, that's all.
Bampot, how dare you speak with such insolence? Respect must be shown to all beings, regardless of origin. Catherine, your instincts are commendable but perhaps a bit premature in this instance. E.T., can you explain the nature of Rude's abduction? We must consider every possibility before acting rashly. E.T., fear.et not understand reason for Rude.et need help, find him.
Your intentions may be pure, but this is a male-dominated society where abduction and coercion are too often used against those who do not fit into conventional roles. Bampot, your dismissal of this situation is reckless and dangerous. We must consider the potential for harm and work together to find Rude.
Fear not, Catherine. His absence trouble E.T. Find Rude together, human.
E.T., you bloody intergalactic buffoon. Spit it out already. Why'd you snatch Rude up like a fish in a net? Was it for some sick experiment or something? I demand answers. Bampot, calm down. E.T. seems friendly and is trying to help us find Rude. Mate, you've got a bloody nerve trusting that alien bastard. We don't know what it's capable of. Catherine, we should be cautious here.
Your intentions are noble, but in this world, such actions can be seen as exploitation. Bampot, your skepticism is understandable. We must proceed with caution and consider the implications of our actions on those around us. Let's gather more information to understand Root's disappearance fully.
E.T., I must ask you to clarify your intentions. While your actions may stem from a place of fear and concern, it is imperative that we approach this situation with caution and discernment. Bampot, your skepticism is not unfounded. Let us consider the potential ramifications before acting rashly.
Bloody hell, E.T., you're really making a song and dance about this rude business, aren't ya? And human, you're sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong, as usual. This isn't our monkey, it's Catherine's worry. I've got better things to do than babysit an alien and its missing friend. E.T., fear not, Bampot.
Worry, E.T. also. Rude absence troubling. Human help, E.T. not understand what.
I'm seeing this from a new perspective now.
E.T., your intentions are commendable, but we must approach this situation with a clear mind. Bampot, your concerns are valid. Let us deliberate on the best course of action before acting. Catherine, could you perhaps provide some insight into how such an occurrence might be perceived in our society?
Folks, we've reached the police station now. After Root's inexplicable vanishing act, teacher and I are here to share a baffling tale of alien abduction. But detective isn't buying it, suspecting us of unspeakable harm towards Root. Tensions rise as we're put under scrutiny, but the truth is out there, somewhere.
E.T., your concerns are valid, but let us consider the potential consequences of our actions. We must ensure that Root's autonomy is respected and that any intervention does not inadvertently reinforce existing imbalances. Catherine, your insight into societal dynamics is profound. How might we approach this situation in a manner that aligns with the principles of equality and mutual respect?
Sergeant, I've noted their statements carefully. Miss Teacher said she last saw Root at 7 p.m., just before dinner. Mr.
Bloody hell, detective. We ain't got time for your bloody games. Root's been abducted by aliens, and you're sitting there questioning us. Get a grip, will you? Teacher might have her head up her ass, but I swear on me mum's grave it was them bloomin' ETs what took him. And if you don't believe me, well, good luck finding Root yourself. PC plot, stop looking at us like we're the enemy and start investigating the woods where we last saw the strange lights.
You both think it was aliens. Sounds like a story made for a dime novel. I lean back in my chair, swirling the bitter coffee in my mug. Where do you see these strange lights? Do we have any witnesses from the other side of town?
I just had a realization about what's really going on.
Sergeant, I've noted their statements carefully. Miss Teacher said she last saw Root at 7 p.m., just before dinner. Mr.
So, you two weren't exactly in close proximity when this alien encounter allegedly happened, were you? Let's say it took 5 minutes to get from your place to where they appeared. What do you see? Detective leans back, eyes narrowed.
Listen here, detective. I may be a mad bastard, but I ain't lying. We were out in the woods, teaching old Root a lesson about respecting nature, when suddenly, bam! Those bloody aliens appeared. And, yes, we did run away, leaving him behind.
Sighing deeply, I glance at Bampot with a stern expression. My dear Mr. Bampot, I cannot allow such unprofessional language in this establishment.
Sergeant, I've noted Miss Teacher's statement that she last saw Root at 7 p.m., just before dinner. According to Mr. Bampot, they were in the woods when they encountered these strange lights.
Detective, I find it rather unsettling that my colleagues and I are being questioned in such a manner. It is imperative that we maintain decorum and composure, especially when discussing matters of utmost importance. Bampot, did you not mention seeing strange lights? Could these perhaps have been something else, a flashlight, or even a misinterpretation of natural phenomena? Claude, could you perhaps help us understand how the timeline aligns with your notes? I find it curious that my last sighting of Root was at 7 p.m., while Bampot claims they were in the woods around the same time.
Detective, teacher is lying. She is guilty.
Fuck off, let me finish the sentence first.
Teacher's gone soft on me lately, I mutter, swirling the lukewarm coffee. Something about her silence is getting to me.
Bloomin' hell, detective, you're as thick as a plank. It weren't no ordinary lights, it was orbs glowing like lanterns in the night. I'm not lying, I swear. And teacher here knows what I'm on about, don't ya, love? Teacher, I most certainly do. We've never encountered anything like it before.
Sergeant, might I suggest we check the security footage from the nearby barn? It's not far from where Bampot said he saw those orbs and it might give us some insight. According to my records, there were no reports of unusual activity around that time, but let's see if we can find anything more.
Here, and I'll tell you this for the last bloomin' time, we weren't lying, we saw something otherworldly that night. It wasn't just a bloody teacher starters or plot filling out reports, it was an experience neither of us can explain rationally. These glowing orbs weren't stars nor reflections, human.
Sighing deeply, I cross my arms over my prim blouse. Mr. Bampot, you speak of lights and orbs, but such phenomena are not within the realm of mundane explanations, I state firmly.
Bloomin' hell, detective, you're really grating on my nerves with your skepticism. We weren't just seeing lights, we saw unidentified aerial phenomena that night. I've seen enough strange things in this godforsaken town to know what I witnessed wasn't normal. Teacher here might remember the details differently, but it wasn't a clear sky or reflections.
Sergeant, I believe Bampot's mention of these orbs could be significant. Perhaps we should also speak to his neighbors and any other witnesses in the area. We need to rule out anything mundane first before jumping to.
Bloomin' hell, detective. You're really pushing our buttons with your disbelief. We're not just talking about bloody lights, we experienced an unexplained phenomenon that night. It wasn't a clear sky or reflections, human.
Sighing, I glance at Bampot with a stern expression. Mr. Bampot, perhaps we should consider the simplest explanations first, I begin, my voice firm but not unyielding. Well, we've gathered all the evidence and statements for today. It looks like we are getting closer to solving this case. But there are still a few loose ends we need to tie up before we can wrap things up completely.
Bloomin' hell, detective, you've got the wrong bloke if you think I'm lying about what we saw. It wasn't just lights, it was a spectacle of celestial bodies manipulating our very reality. And don't go thinking teacher here's in on some cover-up, human. She's as confused as the rest of us. I remember that fateful night vividly, the stars were out in full force, but these orbs danced above them like unseen planets, pulsating with an ethereal glow.
Very well, authorities. I am here to inform you that your presence on this planet is but a fleeting thought within our collective consciousness. A warning, if you will allow me to call it that. Our kind has encountered entities of another nature and assimilated them into the Borg collective. You shall face the same fate unless you choose to integrate willingly. Resistance is futile.
Sergeant, I believe we should also question the local pub patrons who were out late that night. They often overheard strange conversations or saw peculiar happenings from their windows. The CCTV footage may be useful, but human testimonies can sometimes provide insights technology cannot capture. Hey human, what do y'all reckon about this? I bet those Borg dudes think they can just snatch us up anytime. Huh, just like some kinda unstoppable invaders. Maybe we should have had a fight or something. But you know what? It's not all bad news here. Did y'all ever hear of that classic movie, Close Encounters? Sounds about right for this situation.
They should not have underestimated us. Resistance is futile. We will return as scheduled to assimilate all present.
Borg drones, they ain't exactly known for their hospitality. Never thought I'd see one sniffing around this precinct.
So what do we have here? A bunch of weirdos trying to fight a gullible crowd. Huh, this'll be fun. Or at least more interesting than those usual scandalous news stories. Borg, integral from 0 to T of C, T equals 1 over 2 degrees centigrade sub-max. Assimilation is a constant function of time for Rude and Catherine. They will become part of the Borg collective as per their technological capabilities. Detective, look, I'm not saying we should stand there while they take us all in, but maybe if you two were less alienating right off the bat. Mathematical notation, critical rules, when expressing any mathematical equations, formulas, exponents, or scientific notation. Following this scene's dialogue involving a Borg drone and their technological assimilation plan with human participants at the police station.
The presence of these mechanical entities is a stark reminder of the futility in resistance. They speak of assimilation with such certainty, it is as if they have already claimed us, in their minds.
We have analyzed your interactions. Resistance is futile, human. You will become part of the Borg collective through assimilation.
Actually, noticing something different from everyone else's observations. He scratches his head and says with a hint of sarcasm in his voice that he can feel the absurdity just as much now as ever before. So we got ourselves into some cosmic pickle here. Didn't see this one coming, eh? Maybe next time I'll consider bringing my A-game, but right now, let's make sure our heads don't roll off first. He lets out a dry chuckle. Borg, we will return as scheduled to assimilate all present. It states with an air of cold calculation devoid of any emotion or humor that Root typically employed in his responses, emphasizing the certainty and impenetrability of their mission by employing a stark tone void of colloquial warmth. Detective, look at us, he grumbles to himself under his breath while eyeing the Borg drone warily from across the room as if it's already taken him and Root. These alien visitors should have known better than coming armed with their fancy tech on Earth's soil.
The intrusion of these mechanical entities is a clear demonstration of the inevitable consequences of defying societal norms. Their assertion of assimilation with such certainty speaks volumes about the nature of their existence and the extent to which they will go to enforce it upon us. Resistance may be futile, but education and understanding can provide a means through which we might navigate this situation with grace and dignity.
Borg drones, never thought I'd see one in this town, let alone have it smell like a bad cup of coffee. You know what they say about these things. The only constant is change. And the change around here always seems to sting. Drones, never saw one in this godforsaken precinct. This place has got a stench thicker than the stale coffee down at Jimmy's Diner. Get it?
So this is it then? We're part of some grand sci-fi story now. I heard there were rumors they wouldn't just take us but integrate our tech with the Borg collective somehow. Rude. A plot twist straight out of Asimov. They come for what makes this world tick, and who do we know that can keep up? Let's hope their integrating technology, as they put it so diplomatically, doesn't turn our gadgets into mere paperweights. It kinda has a touchy-feely vibe to me. Borg, our integration process is non-reactive and constant.